welcome back to my channel. My name is Misa if you are new here, and I do makeup uploads every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so be sure to subscribe. My goal here is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, and I appreciate so much all of your support. So today I decided that I would share my go-to high-end foundation routine. I recently shared my drugstore foundation routine. I thought it would be fun for those of you who like to really splurge on your base, who like to splurge on your foundation, your setting powder. If that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead and keep on watching. Let's get started. Foundation today is the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Longwear Foundation. This foundation has been my go-to for the last couple months. It is $36 and comes in 40 different shades. This is great if you have drier combination skin. It's long wearing, lightweight, but has great coverage, and it is one that I would highly recommend and I would definitely purchase again. But wait, I'm getting way ahead of myself. We need to prime. So today I'm going in with a Too Faced Hangover RX primer, and I'm going to mix that with my Marc Jacobs Dew You Drops, create some kind of luminous primer. The Dew Drops, they are a little pricey. It's about $45 for one of these. It comes in 2 different shades. You can use them by itself. I personally like to either mix it with a primer, or I'll even mix it with lotion if I'm just creating just a nice luminous sheen. I just mix that with the Too Faced primer, and I'm gonna rub that all over my skin.
By the sounds I'm breathing in, hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
This primer is so great if you have dry skin. It is so hydrating. You don't even have to use a moisturizer before it because it just really gives you that nice hydrated base, and it just has a little bit of tackiness that is going to help our foundation stay on longer. Going in with the foundation, my shade is TN1, and I like to just pump that on my hand, about so, and I really like to apply this with a beauty blender. I feel like a beauty blender definitely gives you the most flawless finish with this foundation. So I'm just gonna go in. The coverage is so nice. This is definitely a full coverage foundation. The application is not heavy at all. And then I like to take my foundation just to kind of the beginning part of my ears. So this is what it's looking like. It just leaves a nice natural sheen, a healthy sheen, and then it sets down a little bit more. With any product that I have left over on my sponge, before I apply more, I like to go into the crease of my nose, because I do feel like foundation tends to build up on your creases, wherever those may be. So I like to concentrate that residual product on my nose and maybe in between my brows, where I do tend to crease a lot more. Now I'm going in with more product, and I'm going to go in on this side. One of the places that I feel like is really hard to get foundation and that I always forget is right here, right by my eye, but I don't like to go in with a full pounce of foundation. So I like to take a little bit of foundation, get my forehead going, and then I will then take the residual product of that and get that in my inner corner of my eye and bring that up underneath my eyebrows and my lid, because I want all of my skin to be the same color, and then if I do any highlighting, I will go in with concealer. Especially if you tend to have a lot of creasing on your forehead, make sure you're going in with a light hand. I definitely don't want to forget about is my neck. I always like to bring my foundation down my neck, which does make it a little complicated with shirts like these.
Because of you, dripping lights paint the skies, only you.
This is what the foundation looks like completely on. It's set down to a nice semi-matte, but it's very hydrating. I don't feel like you have to set this down a lot. I personally like to. But before we go in and do that, we are going to move on to my concealer. Our concealer. And today I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape, the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium Honey. This is the most expensive concealer I have, and I consider this high-end. To me, anything over $20 for a concealer, in my opinion, is a high-end concealer. I really like this because it has great coverage. It's really blendable. It does a great job highlighting. It's also nice if you want to pick one of these up in a darker shade to do contouring. Going in, I just like to lightly, well, I guess not really lightly. I kind of go in with a heavy hand with concealer just because I know how this concealer works. It blends out really, really well with a sponge. And I have freckles just kind of popping through on the high points of my cheeks, and I love to actually cover those up with my concealer. I bring my concealer out just to kind of right here because it highlights that area and does provide any cleanup. Then to just lightly carve out my cheekbone and to highlight this area, I add a little bit of concealer right here, and that just naturally creates a highlight and the shadowing for our bronzer that we are going to want. So this is what one side looks like with concealer and this side without. Now that all that base is done, we need to set it down. I definitely need to set my concealer. With that, I'm going in with my Hourglass Veil Mineral Translucent Powder. And if you have dry skin or you don't like a really heavy setting powder that also doesn't just suck every ounce of moisture out of your skin, this is the one I recommend for you. Yes, it's a little bit pricey, but it'll last you. Translucent powders just last a long time naturally. I think it'll be well worth your money. With that, I go in with a very small kind of tapered brush. This is the Jaclyn Hill x Morphe JH07, and it just gets and hugs right underneath your under eye so perfectly. I recommend using tapping motions when you're going in to set your concealer. I'm in love with you. Ooh, I'm in love with you. Then to set the rest of the face, this foundation sets down really nice, and so you probably honestly don't even need to set it down if you don't want to. For me personally, I just like to make sure that there is, without a doubt, a nice smooth canvas for our bronzer. And so I go in with my Hourglass. This is the Ambient lighting palette, and it comes in 3 different shades. I personally mix them all together. It just leaves the lightest set, and it gives this inner glow. Yes, it's a little pricey. I believe this is about $60, but it's well worth it. And I just take a big fluffy brush and make sure that I hit any spots that I had foundation. And that is how I get this gorgeous high-end foundation base. To go in with all the rest of your makeup, it's going to really just tie everything together. But the most beautiful look. I'm going to hop off camera really quick, finish up my makeup, show you the products that I use, and then we'll be done. Okay, my makeup is complete. Everything blended out so seamlessly and flawlessly with my base. I'll just go over the products I use really fast. I think one of the main ones that really I've been using a lot is this blush bar by Benefit. I don't know if they sell this exact one anymore, but they have something very similar that is very new. And I went in with the Hoola bronzer, the California blush, and I put that blush pretty much all over my face and in my crease with Hoola bronzer, and it turned out beautifully. If I'm ever in a time crunch, that's what I do. I use my bronzer and my blush to just create a really cohesive monochromatic look. Highlight, I use this Wet n Wild highlighter. Such a great highlighter. I'll have it linked down below. I can't remember exactly the exact name of that. And then my lip product is a Colourpop lip cream in What's Your Sign. If they don't have this exact shade, I would pick up another nude because these are so beautiful, affordable, the packaging is great, and it's just a good quality lipstick. For brows, I use the Double Extend Loreal mascara. This is like a tube mascara. I absolutely love it. It doesn't flake throughout the day. And then I use my very favorite Total Temptation Maybelline eyebrow pencil. If you've been watching my videos for a while, these have been my tried and true, and it just It's such a great look. And then I haven't used setting spray yet, but I will be. I am going to be doing a review, so keep your eye out for the setting sprays. I got the Morphe Mattifying Continuous Setting Mist and then the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray. Really excited to try these out, so keep an eye out for that video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. Once again, I really appreciate you taking your time to watch this video. I am a big believer in makeup and promoting self-care. Through that, it can literally make your day that much better. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.